Live from Denver 7, this is 7 News.
Good Thursday morning, and thanks for joining us for a special snow edition of 7 News. I'm Anna Cabrera.
And I'm Mitch Jelnick. At first we had the wind, now the snow. Some of you may just have a dusting. Others are having a tough time just getting out of the driveway.
It all depends on where you live. Let's get right to Lisa and Jason for the latest.
Yeah, if you live to the south, right along the Palmer Divide, that's where you're going to find the heaviest snow. We've got reports now of anywhere between 5 to about 8 inches near Castle Rock, Elizabeth, Parker, Highlands Ranch, right along the Palmer Divide. Some of those higher elevations to the south really getting hit hard. 2, 3 o'clock this morning, you were just looking at winds, and that cold front came through very fast this morning. Denver right now really starting to see some clearing skies, even a little bit of sunshine starting to pop out, and we're really seeing things improve from north to south within just the past 15 to 20 minutes. You can see down to the south near Pueblo, we've got a little rain snow mix, and again, most of the heavy stuff moving along with that front to the south. Here's a look in Castle Rock. You can see we've got still plenty of snow in the parking lot there at the outlets. Skies still mostly cloudy. To the north in Greeley, sunshine. And again, some of those totals are going to be the highest near Castle Rock with almost 8 inches of snow. Get into Denver, we're anywhere between about 2 to 4. Fort Collins, just a dusting, and Greeley, less than a ½ an inch. Coming up, we're going to take a look at what to expect. If you're planning today, temperatures are going to be in the 30s by noon, 32 by 3 o'clock, mid to upper 30s in a couple of spots with, again, more clearing skies. Cold today, though. Hard to believe that yesterday we were in the 60s. We're going to take a look at the rest of your Futurecast and break it down hour by hour coming up.
The drive is getting better. We have mainly wet and slushy conditions, but still a real tough drive down to the south and out to the west. More of that in just a second. Look at the Castle Rock Drive. It's been a real bear. We've had several accidents in there between basically the Denver Tech Center and Castle Rock, and that's why it's been so slow in there, as well as across that C-470 commute, still crawling across Highlands Ranch, both east and westbound, and the roads around Highlands Ranch and those elevated areas are going to be really tough as well for the rest of the morning. You can see that southbound 25, northbound 25, and 225 still running very sluggish for this time of day. And then 6th Avenue commute looking better. I-70 still pockets of heavy traffic out to the west side, as is that drive into Boulder. You can see the westbound side getting past the scenic overlook where it finally starts to open up. But the big story this morning, and probably for the rest of the day, is going to be the I-70 closure. Basically, westbound is closed here from Morrison. You can see it on the live CDOT cameras. It's closed with all those folks that are backed up at the Morrison exit all the way up past Idaho Springs and Georgetown and the Eisenhower Tunnel to Silverthorne. The eastbound side is closed in the town of Vail all the way down to Idaho Springs. So we are going to see those conditions, and look at that, how much snow is there and no traffic. And we do have some avalanche dangers, and that's why they're keeping it closed down. They're going to have to stop all traffic at the Eisenhower Tunnel and also at Vail Pass later to get some of that avalanche work done. Loveland Pass and Berthoud Pass to Winter Park they are both also still closed down.
And the irony is that it slows them down trying to get rid of the avalanches while it's windy. They have to kind of pause.
Yeah, they have to, because if they're shooting, explosives up there, they have to wait for the right conditions. They're not just going to shoot it up there when you get 60-mile-an-hour winds.
Right. Got to feel for those people, though, stuck in traffic. That did not look fun.
Yeah, and they're closing in those areas because there's more services, hotels and that sort of thing, restaurants to hold people in.
Sounds good. Thank you, Jason.
So the winds are still hanging around, still blowing this morning. Xcel Energy hasn't even fixed all the problems from yesterday's big wind gusts.
We just checked on the latest outages this morning. Some 18,000 customers are without power right now. That is down. At one point, about 36,000 people lost power.
And the outages are mainly, a little scattered, but mainly in Boulder, Denver west side of I-25. Some power, Xcel says, they may not have restored until probably this evening. So the wind is trying to die down, but the streets are still slick, especially if you go to the south of the metro or to the west of Denver.
And lots of schools are starting late because of the challenges out there on the roads. 7 News reporter Eric Lufer is live at I-25 in Hampden. Eric, how are you seeing drivers getting along right now?
You know, traffic is moving along very well. Really good news. The sun is starting to come out, which is really going to help thaw out the roads. Take a look here. We've got a really good vantage point of I-25 northbound just before Hampton. You can see traffic running very smoothly, but there is a lot of splashback, still plenty of slush on the highway here. The snow came so quickly overnight, early into this morning. So it's having a tough time getting off the roads, but traffic really going pretty smoothly right now. About 4 inches of snow where I'm standing this morning. Maybe a bit of a surprise for a lot of us, but with the sun coming out, I think things are going to get a lot better, a lot faster now that the day progresses. We're live. Back to you. And Bertha, actually, we're going to go to Bertha. She's live to talk about conditions at DIA. Bertha?
Eric, it is something that I'm going to get to in a moment, but I want to show you right now what's happening in downtown Denver. We have a beautiful snowy day here, a nice thick blanket of snow, about 2 to 3 inches here where I'm standing. And these cars that are right now northbound on Spear Boulevard would hardly know what it was like earlier this morning. They have very improved visibility, and the streets are just wet. Earlier this morning, visibility was terrible. You could hardly see for about a block, and the roads were slushy and icy and very, very slick. Now, this storm, this fast and furious storm, also has made things move a little bit slower out at the airport, and we have some video we want to show you of the airport. If you're flying out today, just call ahead, just in case, to make sure your flight is going to be on time. So far, we can let you know that 13 small regional flights have been canceled today. You may find a few delays as well. So just a heads up, if you're going to the airport or if you're expecting somebody at the airport, make a few calls, check on the internet to make sure that everything is smooth sailing. But right now, the snow is coming down gently. It's a light snowfall in downtown Denver, and the roads are clearing. So if you have business downtown or if you need to cross town to get to the other side, it shouldn't be too bad for you. Reporting live in downtown Denver, I'm Bertha Lynn. Now back inside to the studio.
Thank you, Bertha.
It has definitely changed drastically since we drove in around 3 this morning. That's when it really started to pick up, some blizzard-like conditions even at that time.
Yeah, it was tough to see out there. Stacey Stegman's joining us now from CDOT on the phone to help us get through some of this. Stacey, thanks for taking time with us.
You bet.
Where are the biggest problem areas for you right now in your crews?
For us, the biggest problem areas really still are the South Metro area if you go south of about I-225, and also as you head west, C-470 and I-70, certainly, and the high country is a whole other story.
It looked like a mess from Jason's report that we saw. How are the plow drivers handling all of it?
You know, I think it's improving, which is good. When traffic lightens, that makes it easier for them, too. In fact, in the next hour or so, we expect all of our plows, we're just going to group a whole bunch of them together, 6 or 7, and just start on the north end of town and go through and do the entire highway all the way through to Lincoln Avenue. So we're going to see some huge improvement. The problem area right now, though, are the ramps. It's going to take a while for us to get to the ramps, and some of them are just treacherous right now and very, very slick.
All right, Stacey Stegman from CDOT, thank you. We'll let you get back at it. Thank you.